Ever wondered how secure your data in the cloud is? It's a question that's becoming increasingly relevant in our hyper-connected world. We entrust our most valuable information to the cloud, but how often do we stop to consider the vulnerabilities that might exist? In today's discussion, we'll be diving into the different types of cloud vulnerabilities, examining their causes, and exploring potential solutions. It's all about giving you the knowledge to protect your data better. Stay tuned if you want to ensure your data is as secure as possible in the cloud. One of the most common types of cloud vulnerabilities is misconfiguration. Let's break it down. Misconfiguration, as the term suggests, refers to improperly set up systems. In the context of cloud computing, it means that the cloud environment's settings are not optimally configured, leaving it vulnerable to cyber threats. How does it happen? Well, it's usually a human error. The complexity of cloud environments can be overwhelming, especially when you're dealing with multiple cloud services, each with its own unique set of configuration options. It's like juggling a dozen balls at once. It's easy to drop one. Now let's talk about the potential impact. Misconfiguration can lead to unauthorized access, data leaks, or even full-blown breaches. It's like leaving your front door wide open. Anyone passing by could just walk in. And in the digital realm, these trespassers could be anywhere in the world, hiding behind a screen. Consider this: a misconfigured cloud server could expose sensitive user data to the public internet. Or a poorly set up firewall might allow malicious traffic to infiltrate the network, leading to a devastating malware attack. Let's talk about a few real-life scenarios. There are countless tales whispered in the cybersecurity community. One involves a cloud storage bucket left unsecured, exposing millions of personal records. Another story tells of an improperly configured database that leaked confidential business data. We won't name names, but these incidents are more common than you might think. The good news is most of these issues can be prevented with careful management and the right tools. Regular audits of your cloud configurations can help identify potential vulnerabilities. Automated tools can also be employed to continuously monitor the cloud environment and flag any misconfigurations. But remember, technology is only as good as the people using it. Training and awareness are key. Ensure that your team understands the importance of proper configuration and the risks associated with getting it wrong. So, always double-check your configurations and employ automated tools to detect any misconfigurations. Trust me, it's better to spend time preventing a disaster than dealing with the aftermath. Scene script. Another common vulnerability is inadequate access controls. Imagine a bustling city with countless buildings, each with numerous rooms. Now think of those rooms as data repositories in the cloud. Access controls are like the keys to these rooms. They determine who can enter a room, what they can do inside, and when they can do it. In the context of cloud computing, access controls manage and restrict who can view and manipulate data. However, when these controls are not adequately set up or monitored, they can lead to unauthorized access to sensitive data. It's like handing over the keys to your house to a stranger. They might just come in and take a look, or they could take everything you own. In the cloud, inadequate access controls can have far-reaching consequences. They can expose confidential customer information, trade secrets, and intellectual property, leading to data breaches, compliance violations, and reputational damage. So, how can we prevent this? The importance of setting up proper access controls cannot be overstated. This involves defining user roles and permissions based on the principle of least privilege. This principle suggests giving users only the access they need to perform their tasks, and nothing more. It's like giving a janitor the keys to the cleaning closet, but not the CEO's office. But setting up access controls is only half the battle. They must be monitored and updated regularly. This is where access management tools come into play. These tools can help automate the process of managing and auditing access controls, ensuring that only the right people have the keys to your data. Consider too the importance of training your team. Often, human error can lead to security breaches. Employees must understand the importance of access controls and how to use them properly. In conclusion, inadequate access controls are a serious vulnerability in the cloud. But with proper setup, regular monitoring, and a well-trained team, you can minimize this risk significantly. Remember, controlling who has access to what is a key step in securing your cloud data. Shared technology vulnerabilities are another type of cloud vulnerability you should be aware of. Now, if you're wondering what shared technology vulnerabilities are, think of it this way. In the world of cloud computing, multiple tenants often coexist on the same physical hardware. This means that different users, or tenants, share the same resources, including servers and storage devices. This sharing of resources is what makes cloud computing so cost-effective and scalable. However, it also introduces potential security risks. These are what we call shared technology vulnerabilities. They arise when one tenant's activities affect the security of the other tenants sharing the same resources. For example, if one tenant were to install malicious software or engage in other harmful activities, other tenants on the same server could potentially be affected. Now, this is where the shared responsibility model comes into play. This model outlines who is responsible for what in the world of cloud computing. Generally speaking, cloud service providers are responsible for the security of the cloud. This includes things like the physical infrastructure and the underlying software. On the other hand, customers are responsible for the security in the cloud. This refers to things like customer data and applications. However, the specifics of this model can vary depending on the cloud service provider. It's therefore crucial to understand your provider's shared responsibility model and your part in it. This can help you better manage shared technology vulnerabilities and protect your data in the cloud. So, as we've learned, shared technology vulnerabilities are a significant concern in cloud computing. But by understanding the shared responsibility model and working closely with your cloud service provider, you can mitigate these risks and ensure the security of your data. Remember, cloud security isn't just about protecting your own data, it's about ensuring the safety of the entire cloud ecosystem. Ensure you understand your cloud provider's shared responsibility model and your part in it. Data breaches are perhaps the most well-known type of cloud vulnerability. This phrase may sound familiar, and that's because data breaches have become a common headline in today's digital age. But what exactly is a data breach? Simply put, it's an incident where unauthorized individuals gain access to confidential data, often with malicious intent. This could range from personal details like your name and address to sensitive information like your bank details or social security number. In the context of cloud computing, data breaches can occur due to various reasons, such as weak password policies, lack of encryption, or even insider threats. The cloud's very nature, with data stored remotely and often shared among multiple users, can make it an attractive target for hackers. Think of the cloud as a massive virtual vault. If that vault isn't properly secured, it can be a goldmine for cybercriminals. This is where encryption comes in. Encryption is like an indecipherable language that only authorized users with the right key can understand. It scrambles your data into a code that can't be read without this key, providing a critical layer of protection for your information in the cloud. But encryption alone isn't enough. We also need strong password policies. We're not just talking about using password 123 or your pet's name. A strong password is complex, unique, and changed regularly. It's the first line of defense in securing your cloud data. Now you might be wondering, what's the big deal about data breaches? Well, they can have far-reaching impacts. For individuals, it can lead to identity theft or financial loss. For businesses, the consequences are even more severe, including hefty fines, loss of customer trust, and damage to their reputation. In conclusion, data breaches are a serious cloud vulnerability that can be mitigated through the use of encryption and strong password policies. And while the cloud comes with its own set of risks, with the right measures in place, it can be a secure and efficient solution for storing and managing data. Always remember, a strong defense against data breaches includes encryption and strong password policies. Now that we've discussed the main types of cloud vulnerabilities, let's summarize. We started with misconfigurations, which are often the result of human error or lack of knowledge. These can expose sensitive data and lead to unauthorized access. Prevention is possible through continuous monitoring and automated security checks. We then moved on to inadequate access controls. This can result in individuals gaining access to data they shouldn't, potentially leading to data breaches. The remedy? Implement strong access control policies and regularly review them. Shared technology vulnerabilities followed next. The shared responsibility model in cloud computing can sometimes lead to vulnerabilities if one party fails to uphold their end. It's essential to understand your responsibilities and ensure all parties are doing their part. Lastly, we delved into data breaches. These can be catastrophic, leading to loss of trust, hefty fines, and significant damage to a company's reputation. To prevent these, implement strong encryption, regularly back up data, and educate your team on security best practices. Cloud vulnerabilities are a real and present danger, but with the right knowledge and proactive steps, they can be mitigated. Continue learning about cloud security, stay updated with the latest trends and threats, make sure your data is secure. And remember, in this digital age, your greatest weapon is knowledge. Thank you for watching. Remember, knowledge is your best defense against cloud vulnerabilities.